I'm sure you've heard of high contrast makeup by now. It is super trendy on social media. It's all about that high impact eye makeup look, but honestly, it can be really hard to achieve this sort of look without looking too overdone or even venturing into the like raccoon eyes territory. Since we're working with dark colors, it's really easy to get carried away, and then all of a sudden your makeup looks really unflattering, and you don't want that, obviously. So I'm going to show you my exact technique when it comes to high contrast makeup. If you have very fair skin or smaller eyes like me, you probably already know the struggle that I'm talking about, but in today's tutorial, I'm going to show you my exact technique to achieve high contrast makeup that looks flattering. So if you want to know how to achieve this look, just keep on watching. Okay, so I'm going to do things a little bit differently. Since we're doing high contrast makeup, I'm actually going to start with my eyes. Since we're doing a more dramatic eye look, I don't want to do my foundation first and then have to try and clean up the mess after. I would rather just do my eyes first, so that cleanup is super easy. I'm going to start with an eye base. This is one of my favorites by Laura Mercier. This is their Caviar Eye Stick color in the shade Caramel, and this is like the perfect bronzy contoury shade for your eyes, and these also last such a long time. I do feel like they're a long wear base. These are really good, honestly, for a one and done eyeshadow if that's something that you're into. They're easy to blend, they don't crease. I really can't say enough good things about these, and the color range that these come in is incredible. I'm just applying this to my eyes as sort of a contour or a transition shade, if you will. For this base shade color, I would recommend going in with something that is similar to your bronzer shade, maybe even a little bit cooler, a little bit on the gray side, something in that range. By the way, I used a Revela 14 brush to blend all of this out. If you need a really good blending brush for cream shadows, or even like just a more detailed blending brush that's not going to blow out your shadow so that you look like you have raccoon eyes, this I recommend so much. I love it. So now we're going to start building up the depth a little bit. Because I don't want this makeup to be like too garish, I'm going to be very mindful about how I do this next step. I'm going in with my Makeup Forever Master Mattes Neutrals palette. I'm going to go in with this medium brown shade right here. Not too dark, not too light either. The shade you pick is going to kind of depend on your skin tone, but for me, I like to go with a nice medium brown shade. And now I'm going to start building up a little bit of extra depth on the lid. I'm going to really focus on the outer V shape. I'm going back and forth between using a flat Revela 02 brush just to lay down that shadow, and then I'm going back in with a clean Revela 14 brush and just really softening out those edges, blending it in nicely with that base. So obviously this doesn't need to be super clean and like perfect looking at this stage. I think the mistake most people make when doing more high contrast makeup is they just go in with dark shades right away. And personally, that just does not work for me. It always ends up looking too heavy and just not flattering. So I find this technique is way more forgiving. Now I'm going to go in with this Victoria Beckham Lid Luster in the shade Mink, and this is just this really pretty shimmery like gray taupey color. I'm just going to go ahead and apply that with my finger because you get the most impact that way. And I'm just going to concentrate this mostly on the mobile lid. And then once I have that applied, just really rough and messy, I'm going to go back in with my Revela 14 and just begin to blend that out and really soften everything together. So that is what that shadow looks like. How beautiful is the shimmer and just the tone? It is perfect. I'm sure you're seeing by now why I didn't want to do my foundation first. I have a little bit of fallout, so I'm actually going to clean that up right now. I'm also just going to sharpen up this lower edge of my eyeshadow. So I'm just taking a makeup wipe with a little bit of Bioderma, and I'm going to just run that right along the bottom edge and just sharpen that up a little bit. Now I'm going to go ahead and do my liner. This is a pretty important step of this entire makeup look. I'm taking the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in the shade Whatever Black. I'm going to begin to run that along my upper lid. I really want to elongate the eyes left to right instead of top to bottom. I hope that makes sense. Basically just elongating that liner instead of applying it really thick. I find when I apply my liner quite thick, it tends to make my eyes look a lot smaller. So if you have small eyes like me, be really mindful that less is more during this step. You want to be quite precise, but it doesn't need to be perfect. All right, so I've got my rough shape. As you can see, it's not perfect, but it is precise. I'm going to do one eye at a time just so I can take advantage of how creamy this liner is before it sets all the way down. I'm just going to take a small angled brush and begin to just soften that liner a little bit and kind of just like perfect the shape. And that's kind of what we're left with. If you want to make this more like smoky and sultry, you can totally take a smudger brush and just really blend that liner out to make it very soft and sultry looking. But I actually like a little bit more of a precise look, so I'm gonna leave it like that. And then obviously doing the same thing on the other eye, applying that cream liner down, trying to be as precise as possible with it, and then going in with my small angled brush and just perfecting the shape. Now I'm gonna line my waterline and my tight line. I'm going in with my favorite liner for this. This is the Show Stilo Waterproof Creamy Eyeliner Pen in the shade Matte Black. This is one of the only eyeliners that actually stays put in my tight line and my waterline, so I highly recommend this. It is pricey, but it's worth it. Not a lot of liners actually stay in place, but I'm just getting right in there with that liner. First starting in my tight line, then moving on to my waterline. I really try to get in between every single lash when I'm doing this. I really spend my time building up that liner because you don't want any gaps. I like to stop my waterline about halfway in. I feel like if I bring it all the way in, it kind of closes off my eyes and makes them look pretty small, but depending on your eye shape, do whatever you want for this step. Before I go in with mascara, I'm gonna apply some lashes. These are by Ardell. These are their like under lashes. These are their faux mink style. They look like this, basically like little lash clusters. So I like this Bond and Seal by Duo. This one really gets the job done. I'm gonna go in with the Bond first, and I'm just going to apply a little bit of that to my lashes. I'm just gonna go in with the shortest length, which is the 10mm, and you just take it underneath your lash and connect it and do a little pinch, and boom. I think I'm just gonna add 3 of those 10mm lashes total on each eye. And then I'm just gonna seal those guys in with the seal side so that the glue isn't sticky anymore. I like to just do one eye at a time. Personally, I just find that to be easier. And that's what that looks like before mascara. I'm gonna go off camera and do the other eye real quick. And that is what the lashes look like. I'm gonna put a little bit of mascara on my top lashes right now just to complete the top of my eyes. I'm going in with the L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara, which is a longtime favorite of mine. I just feel like the lashes look really natural when I do it this way. I like to keep them pretty just short and simple when I'm doing a more dramatic eye makeup look. Otherwise, it just looks like too much. So before I go ahead and complete my lower lash line eye makeup, I'm gonna do my base makeup. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of the new Huda Beauty Easy Blur Foundation. This one is so beautiful. It really just blurs your pores and makes your skin look perfect, but it doesn't look too heavy. I can almost tell when I see a girl wearing this foundation because it just looks like a filter. I'm not even kidding. So I barely applied any foundation, honestly. I do want to keep my skin looking very light and natural because when you go heavy on the eyes and the skin, that's when you can venture into the too heavy, too cakey territory. So just kept it super, super minimal, and I think it looks good. By the way, the shade I am using in the Easy Blur is the shade Cashew. Now I'm gonna go in with a little bit of concealer. You can be a little bit more generous with the concealer if you need. I'm personally going in with a lighter serum concealer. This is the Lancome Serum Concealer in the shade 120N. And I'm just applying that concealer in the center of my face on top of any blemishes just to even everything out and give me a more perfected looking base. Another element of high contrast makeup typically is high contrast contouring. Although I think for a look like this, I would dial back the intensity of my contour a little bit. So for that reason, I'm going in with the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Bronzing and Shaping Serum. I'm using the shade Fair, and the serum is just a little bit more lightweight than a lot of my other cream bronzers. So it's gonna give me the definition that I'm looking for, but it's gonna look really light and natural on the skin. For blush, I also wanna go with something quite subtle, but I wanted something a little bit glowy. So I thought, what better than this brand new limited edition Makeup Forever Blush and Glow palette. I'm thinking of using this shade right here. It's this beautiful peachy blushy color. And I'm just gonna press that blush into the high points of my cheekbone, almost like bringing it into my concealer a little bit. That is so pretty, and it blended into the skin so nicely. It gives a beautiful glow, so it's kind of like a blush and highlighter all in one. It's not heavy, it's not patchy, and I think this peachy color is so, so pretty. So now that all my cream-based products are applied, I'm gonna move on to powder. This one is one of my favorites. This is the PatMcGrath Labs Baby Pink Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Blurring Under Eye Powder. And I just like to pick this up using a small powder puff, and then I just go ahead and press this into my under eye area. This does a really good job of brightening the under eye area, and it is also so finely milled, so I find that it doesn't crease under my eyes as much as other powders do. I also like to take this powder a little bit into my smile lines. Like I said, it's so finely milled, so I find that I can apply it on those areas that have little lines that typically would crease. And this does a good job of not getting cakey and creasy looking. Okay, so now we're gonna bounce back to the lower lash line. We're gonna finish the eyes now that the concealer is all applied and set. I'm gonna go back in with that Makeup by Mario palette. I'm gonna pick up that same brown shadow on a small smudger brush, and I'm just gonna run that along the outer half of my lower lash line. And then using that same brush, I'm picking up this Victoria Beckham Lid Luster in the shade Mink, and I'm just going right on top of that shadow. This is just gonna add a little bit of dimension. And then to finish off the eyes, I'm just going back in with that L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara and applying a coat of that to my bottom lashes. All right, and that is what the eyes look like complete. I'm gonna move on to lips now. I'm gonna start with my Makeup Forever Anywhere Caffeine Liner. This is a beautiful brownie nude lip liner, and I'm just gonna overline my lips using this. I already had a little bit of lip product on to start, but I'm just going right on top. This lip liner kind of gives a contoured effect, which I really like. Definitely makes the lips look naturally more full. And then I'm just going right on top with this lipstick from Clé de Peau. This is in the shade Triumphant Tawny, and I've been absolutely loving this lipstick. It is the most beautiful fair nude, perfect for my fellow pale girlies. I love the texture. Honestly, I know this lipstick is so expensive, but to me, it's truly worth it. Finding the perfect nude lipstick is so rare, and I just love this color. It's kind of mauvey, a little bit pinky, but not too pink. If you like shades like this, kind of like very pale nudes, you would probably love this. Sometimes when I want to make my lip combo a little more nude, I go in with this lip palette from P. Louise. This is the You Give Me the Ick palette, and I just pick up a shade with my finger, whatever shade I'm feeling. I think today I'm feeling this like pale pinky nude, and then I just tap that right in the very center of my lips. And this kind of gives you like a concealer lips look, but I personally love it. Then to complete the lips, I'm going in with my Charis Cosmetics Water Gloss. I created this gloss. I cannot put it down. It's the perfect lip topper for any lipstick, nude or bold. It doesn't change the color of your lips too much. It just adds dimension and like the most glossiest, glassy, wet looking shine ever. And that's it for this more dramatic, high contrast makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out a lot. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.